watch this game. And the crazy thing with this rivalry is it doesn't really like matter where these two teams play, whether it's in Ames or Iowa City. It seems like it's always a pretty close game. And I think I have some notes about the two where I think the last four. All right, here it is. The last five have all been within 10 points, and it's no surprise because the way Iowa plays, I mean, you're going to get these as close, games. They're slowing the ball down, less possession, so maybe a little bit of less variance. I'm showing Iowa on Bookmaker as a -4 favorite. I think the total. Let me pull this up on the unabated dashboard. We can go to combine. The total's looking like 36.5, which is, I think, the lowest of the day. You can even on Saturday, you can even find it at 36. What do you make of this game?
So, this is textbook Cyhawk right here. Always a close game. The road team has won. I actually went back and calculated this yesterday because I started looking at it, and I didn't even realize that it was this significant, but the road team has won 58.5% of all the games since 1980. I only went back to 1980 because I found myself going down a rabbit hole with this.
Yeah, you're like, where were these games even being played at? Like, or what stadium or whatever. Yeah.
So 1980. You're absolutely right. There's really no home field advantage. If anything, the data points to an away field advantage. 58.5% is pretty significant. So the under has cashed in the last 15 of 18 games, despite how low it's been, right? So 36.5, that's the thing. It sounds like it's a low total, but they've been going under this total, 50. So it's not, I think it might've been 40 last year. I don't remember off the top of my head, but my only concern for the under is Iowa is trying to show glimmers of offense.
Trying.
Yeah, with McNamara. I mean, they just scored their first passing touchdown to open a drive since 1991. I mean, that is insane. But so they're missing Jamari Harris and Noah Shannon. Noah's suspended. Jamari's coming back in week 3, but Deshaun Lee is starting for him again. He looked pretty good against Utah State. And then ISU's got all those gambling suspensions. Obviously including Hunter Deckers, their quarterback. But I think that might be a blessing in disguise for them because Rocco Becht, in my opinion, actually looked better than Hunter Deckers. Just based on, I know it was Utah State, but just based on that small sample size that we saw from him. But he's got to face Jay Higgins, who had 16 tackles, 12 solo in Iowa's last game. So the guy's an absolute unit. This should be, again, textbook Cyhawk. I have a lean on Iowa and the under, but not overly confident just because there's so many unknowns with the players and just in general in this series. So I'm personally going to stay away from that, but those are my leans.
Yeah, I'm going to be with you on at least the total here. On the side, I mean, for me, I look at these games as just like coin flips in a sense, even with the spread. So I'm staying away. So under, though, for me, not a bad look. Again, 36.5, it's a low total, but we kind of went through like why it's set there. And it got bet down a little bit at Bookmaker, opened up at 37.5 down to 36.5. With these low totals, I don't see it going any lower than like 36. Like it's not going to get the 35, but I still feel like 36.5 is a pretty decent look just on how these two teams play against each other traditionally and how Iowa is playing offensively. I don't know if I had to pick, maybe Iowa pulls it out by like a field goal, and then I guess that would give Iowa State the cover. But yeah, the Cyhawk, it's just such a unique rivalry, and we'll have to see what happens in this one. So if you had to pick a winner, did you say you were leaning Iowa?
Yeah, I think Iowa's a little bit. I think they have a little bit of an edge, but I also agree it might be like a field goal. I can't see them. Iowa State's got a good defense, so I can't see them. Well, first of all, I can't see them blowing them out just because even when this game has been high scoring, it's been, what was that? Would they had the 44-41, that triple overtime
Yeah,
game?
that was the one off, but yeah, it was because of the
Yeah,
triple
but
OT.
even right. So and then what, like 6 years later, it happened again. They had
Hmm.
another 44-41, but it was the opposite team. That's
Yeah.
so even when the games are high scoring, they're close. I mean, I think 2016 was the only uh anomaly
Hmm.
where one team was actually blew the other team out. But yeah, so I lean Iowa. I like the under. I haven't taken anything in it yet. I might end up taking the under if it stays at the 36 and a half. So yeah, so we'll see. But I do lean Iowa. I think they just have a slight edge.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah.
Yeah, part of this too is I wonder if McNamara can really just have one of those games where they let him loose for Iowa standards, right? Which would maybe be like a couple deep shots, but that could be the difference in this game because I still feel like in the first game against Utah State, you saw a little bit of that, but of course they're not going to fully unleash him in a game like that. It wouldn't make sense. So I wonder if Iowa has maybe some tricks up their sleeve. We'll see. It's a rivalry game. I know that's kind of unlike Ferentz, but hey, he has a weapon with McNamara, so we'll see. We'll see what happens there.